Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm excited because today we're gonna do a little introduction to Midjourney before we actually jump into the workshop. So again, like Midjourney, you probably, if you're in the architecture or interior design field, you have definitely heard about Midjourney and many other tools actually related to Midjourney that have been like a part now of companies, and people are exploring how can Midjourney help them with ideation and research. So I want to start this video by creating a quick introduction, a quick beginner overview of what Midjourney is and how can you apply this, like a little pro tips you can use. And then in the next video we will actually jump into a workshop of how to utilize it in the website. So the first thing I want to really emphasize here is a little bit the mindset, because I feel like a lot of people just jump into the tools without knowing what to expect. Whereas here we're really, what I really want to, I like the story about a plane that, gets, kind of changes their trajectory for like 2 millimeters, right? And at the beginning, it does not seem like much, right? Like 2 millimeters of changing your trajectory for where you want to go, it's not much. But if you turn that into a trip of 6-7 hours, you end up in a completely different state. You can end up in a completely different country. And that's what I want to emphasize. Like with small changes in the long run, they're night and day of what those differences you can do in a daily basis. So what I really want to encourage you is that whenever you use these tools, at the beginning you might not experience that much change, or it might just be a wow moment, and then you go back to reality knowing like, well, it did impress me in a specific thing, but it doesn't work that well on this other thing, and then you stop using the tool. No, but I want you to understand is by you creating this small change, if you use it daily or often, where you can improve, you can actually understand what is it good at, what is it not good at, and how to implement it to the workflow. That's where you're really gonna get the most out of the tools. A lot of the main things you can get out of AI and out of specifically Midjourney is you can get enhanced ideation and exploration ideas. You can get increase of productivity and efficiency. So since you are just getting a lot of ideas, you're getting thousands of ideas in 1 hour potentially. You can also enhance the visual product and client presentations that you normally do, and you can have like just a 24/7 thought assistant partner that can help you get insights or ideas of what you want to design or present to your client. And if you take into account like weekly hours that you're saving, it's not just about money, but it's about your time and how to make a more efficient workflow for yourself and a better presentation for your client. So you're saving hours, your client is getting a better product. So it's a win-win if you really know how to leverage these tools. So let's go here and let's start just by the usage method of this. So here with this usage method, I want to say that Midjourney really started as a more like just using Discord, and then slowly they have really gone into a website. Now if you're just learning how to use Midjourney, I really recommend you the website, just because it's more user friendly and they has a lot better like optimization tools that are easy to follow. Whereas I feel like if you're using Discord, things might not look at the UI probably does not look as user friendly as what you're used to, like if you go to other websites that have similar products. So again, it has a Discord website, but if you're just starting, I would really recommend your website. If you have always been using Discord, you might as well just keep using Discord. But I believe the user like the website is more user friendly, and I believe like Discord, like Midjourney is probably putting a lot more emphasis also on building their website too. Related tools. So Midjourney is not just the only tool you can use for amazing images. It has kind of become these like standard to use Midjourney, but along with that, in the last year, it has come with a lot of competition. Great ones that I really recommend you to use as a replacement of Midjourney for whatever reason you feel Midjourney is not giving you what you want, because as I'm saying, like every tool might have their little better things than the other one. Is really you understanding which one works better for you. So for instance, the one that I recommend is Ideogram, mainly because it has a very good fonts in the images. So if for whatever reason you're an interior designer and you really want to you really work a lot with signs and text, then probably Ideogram is the best way to go, because still gives you very good images but has that emphasis in fonts, whereas Midjourney is really great at images but is not as good at ideogram when it comes to fonts. Now it does not mean that in the next year like Midjourney is not going to catch up to ideogram is when it comes to fonts, but it's kind of knowing where is your workflow, right? For instance, in my architecture work, I don't really ever have to use words. A lot of it is just environment architecture. So for me, ideogram, even though I can see the benefit of it, for me I'm not getting more benefit than just that. So I'd rather use Midjourney. You have Krea, which is great because Krea is more like a broker. You can, with Krea's license, you can really use a lot of few different of these LLMs and without having to stick with one. So Krea is also another one you should check out. Stable Diffusion is one that it's great, but it's lacking a little bit on the atmosphere and environment. Plus, it's a lot more complicated to use, and I will actually recommend to use that more in the schematic part of it. And it's more like if you're like a freelancer or you have a very small team, because it's very hard to scale and make it user friendly still so far, but it's still a very good tool. Just I'll say is more once you kind of have the control nets in place and everything, it's a good tool. But for the ideation exploration process, I still recommend Midjourney. Then you have DALL-E. The great thing with DALL-E is that if you already have a ChatGPT account, DALL-E comes integrating with it, so you are not sure what tool you want to use. You just want to start with something and you already have a ChatGPT account. You can start with DALL-E and you can generate good images. I think it is mostly for people that are doing graphic design. Architecture, it has images. They're not as good quality, in my opinion, as Midjourney, but you can still use them if you really want to start getting familiar with it. Another thing I recommend is like you can just pay the monthly premium on one of these ones and then test those and then move to other ones depending on what you want to do. Yeah, so quick thing. So as an overview, again, this is not really, I'm not really trying to go too technical here. I'm just trying to give you that 20% that gives 80% of the work. But the truth is that Midjourney is very easy to generate prompts. And there's a misconception out there that they give you a whole stack of things that you should generate for your prompt. And it's true. I mean, the more, to a certain point, the more you describe, the better results you're going to get as far as what you have in your head, right? But for instance, I have this book here called Midjourney, and this is by artist Philippe Lousel. I don't know if I pronounced his last name right, but he has an amazing work of art, but most of his prompts are like a sentence. They're not more than 30, 40 characters. So you can do very good work with just like sentences prompts without you even have to structure them at times. So that misconception that you really have to do an elaborate prompt, I think is misleading. I think it is important to do that, but it's not a requirement. So here I'm just going to explain really quick two methods where you can really start elaborating a prompt. So method one is to, whenever you are just open to ideas and you want kind of the AI to be the thought partner here, and you want it to kind of give you insights of what you could generate, it's good to start broad and then get specific. So you can start just by saying a contemporary residential home, right? And it will give you something like that, right? That's what it gave me when I once it kind of gave me that, and I'm like, well, it's not bad, but I was looking something different. You can start being a lot more specific with it. So you can start saying, hey, you can reuse that same prompt and then say a contemporary residential home in a suburban environment, and then we'll give you something else. And then you can reuse that and add and add and add until I end up with this, right? Thinking of a contemporary residential home in a suburban environment. The home is a single story with a pitched roof. The home incorporates stone cladding and vertical wood siding. The home has a front yard with a greenery playground and a sidewalk to the entry. And look what it gave me, right? A watercolor, pitched roof, sidewalk at the entry, greenery at the front. So the more specific you are, the more the AI can at least sort of give you what you want, right? Is it gonna be perfect? No, but is it definitely gonna be closer than when you just give it a very specific sentence? Also, another way of thought is like whenever you are writing a prompt, always go back to the home, because then is the AI doesn't get confused, the Midjourney doesn't get confused of what exactly is that you want stone cladding on vertical siding in. It's specific to the home. So that's something you want to know. Then Something I really recommend is method 2. This one here, I kind of got a lot of these images and I have to give credit to the Archviz artist. I really follow her first online AI course. I really recommend you to get that one. It's free, there's great products, and it kind of gives you a very overview explanation of the AI industry in Archviz. But something I kind of got about out of her presentation was the basic prompts, some advanced prompts. So for instance, is to kind of bring the image in here and then generate a prompt, but that image is kind of based as a parameter, right, of how you want the image to look like. Also to be more specific, so instead of saying something big, like I want like something big, you want something true, gigantic, enormous, or for instance, you want a bright umbrella, like you want an orange umbrella, you don't tell Midjourney I want a bright umbrella. You specify I want an orange umbrella. So be specific of what you want. And then just generally speaking, whenever you're doing your prompts, think about these things here, which is the subject, the medium, the environment, the lighting, the color, the mood, and the composition. Because at the end of the day, when you tell Midjourney that you want home, you have to specify what you want at home. Do you want like watercolor, photorealistic? What environment is it? You want like an indoor space? You want an outdoor space? What do you want the environment to look like? What do you want the light to look like? Now, when you don't specify these things, Midjourney is gonna default to the default style, right? Which is not bad. Midjourney has a great default style, but the more specific you are in incorporating these things, the more control you're gonna have on your image. Finally, a pro tip that I have for you is to use your LLM of preference, whether it's Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, to help you writing the prompt. Now, you're gonna still have an idea of the prompt, but just like if you're like me, I'm not a very good writer. I tend to just have like a one sentence paragraphs, and then I'll let Midjourney and let ChatGPT generate the prompt for me, and then I will just edit it. But you can kind of make it as a persona that is very well versed in Midjourney, and it will generate a very good prompt, and then from there you can edit that prompt. So for him it was again another example they gave us, right? So he created this sentence into that, and it's great. And then from there you can edit what you want, what you thought like Midjourney, like ChatGPT did good or not, but edit it from there and then bring it to Midjourney. The last tip I have for you is this one here. If you want to explore, you're just in direct exploration process and you don't know about the materials you want to use, you can use these brackets here and give it a certain thing. So you're saying like, I want a modern, and then here you can do like brackets, concrete, glass, pink, plaster, building by the lake. It will give you these options here instead of you having to say one concrete and then copy the prompt and then now saying plaster. It will give you automatically all these options. And then lastly, if you want a complete guide to Midjourney, I really recommend this link here. This one here is by Flip, and he's very good at explaining a lot of Midjourney and all the technical aspects of it and some tips. And then that's the video for you guys. The next video we will jump into a workshop. We just explain to you the cheat sheets and everything. So if you want to stay with me and learn about Midjourney, like make sure you go into the next video, part 2, that is the workshop of Midjourney. Thank you.